Here is what you are going to witness in this analysis. First, we will show you how 4 senior police officials, including the Chief of Police himself, signed and approved a comprehensive operational security plan on March 29, 2022. Second, you will see how just 48 hours later, on March 31st, the very same Chief of Police sent a letter demanding answers to questions that were already answered in the plan he had just approved. Third, we will expose how Commissioner Goodman Mzolo, who also signed the plan, suddenly claimed in an email that he knew nothing about the security deployment. And finally, we will reveal Commissioner Mkhwanazi's own shocking explanation for this impossible contradiction, an explanation that points directly to political pressure and a deliberate cover-up. This is not just about paperwork and signatures. This is about how the rot works. This is about how senior officials, when they get caught, immediately pretend they knew nothing, even when their own signatures prove they approved everything. This is the anatomy of a cover-up, caught on the record, under oath, at a judicial commission. Trust me, you need to see this evidence for yourself. So please click the like button and subscribe, because we are about to prosecute this case piece by piece and show you exactly how they tried to bury Commissioner Mkhwanazi. Let us begin with the foundation of this entire scandal. Commissioner Mkhwanazi was responsible for security at the State of the City address on March 30th, 2022. This was a major event. The mayor would be there, councillors would be there, members of the public would be there. And as the head of specialized services for the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department, it was Mkhwanazi's job to make sure everyone was safe. Now, according to standard police procedure, you do not just show up on the day and hope for the best. You create what is called an operational plan. This is a formal legal document that details every aspect of the security operation. Who will be deployed? How many officers? What equipment will be used? What private security companies will assist? Everything. And this plan must be signed and approved by the chain of command before the event happens. Dlamini, let us show the audience exactly what Commissioner Mkhwanazi said about this operational plan under cross-examination.
You, Commissioner Mkhwanazi, no Lieutenant Colonel Klimba, no Commissioner Mzolo, and definitely not Chief Mapiye, could ever ask who authorized the deployment of CAT VIP. They could never, because they did in this document.
Yes, I hear you.
So, and none could ever ask who gave the instructions for deployment of additional security. None of those 4. It didn't make sense for them to ask because the document suggests that they did. Do you agree with me?
Yes, you remember I've said there was a briefing before
Yes.
the finalization of the plan.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And equally, none could ask for the name of the company that provided the additional security services because they approved CAT VIP at page 2 of that document. Correct?
Yes, yes.
And none could require of anyone to provide additional security support approval, because that is contained in this document, in JD4.
Yes.
So you, having signed this operational plan, you wouldn't expect to have a conversation about these matters, because the answer must be production of that plan. It speaks for itself. Every question that could conceivably arise, who provided the extra security, it's in the plan. Who granted approval, it's in the plan. Who was supposed to do what, it's all contained in the plan. So the questions don't arise at all. Correct?
I'm lost.
This cross-examination is absolutely devastating to Chief Mapiye's credibility. The evidence leader is systematically going through every single question in Chief Mapiye's March 31st letter and showing that the answer to every question was already in the operational plan that Mapiye signed on March 29th. Who authorized the deployment of CAT VIP. The 4 signatories to the operational plan authorized it, Mapiye included. Who gave the instruction for additional security? The operational plan gave the instruction. Mapiye approved it. What is the name of the company? CAT VIP, listed on page 2 of the operational plan that Mapiye signed. Who was supposed to do what? All contained in the plan that Mapiye approved. The evidence leader then asks Commissioner Mkhwanazi a very simple question. After signing this operational plan, would you expect to have a conversation about these matters? And Mkhwanazi gives the only logical answer. No, because the answer must be production of that plan. The plan speaks for itself. Every question that could conceivably arise is already answered in the document. So why is Chief Mapiye asking these questions on March 31st? Why is he demanding a report due by Monday, April 4th, when he already has all the answers in the operational plan he signed on March 29th? The evidence leader has exposed the cover-up, and now she moves in for the kill. Now, at this point in the testimony, you might think that surely Commissioner Goodman Mzolo, who also signed the operational plan on March 29th, would respond to Chief Mapiye's bizarre letter by reminding him that all the answers are in the plan they both signed 2 days ago. Surely Mzolo would send a polite email saying, "Chief, please refer to the operational plan we approved on March 29th. Everything you are asking for is documented there." But that is not what happened. Instead, what happened next is so shocking that it proves this was a coordinated cover-up operation involving multiple senior officials. Dlamini, show the audience Commissioner Mzolo's response.
Now, if we go to page 105, it's an email. And I see this one as an email from Commissioner Mzolo. It's dated the 4th of April 2022 at 11:11. And it is addressed to Ivan Duplessis, and copied to Isaac Mapiye. And one of the people copied here is Julius Mkhwanazi at julius.mkhwanazi@ekurhuleni.gov.za. That's you, is that not so? Is that you, Commissioner Mkhwanazi?
Yes.
That email reads, Deputy Director Duplessis, and that is because if we go to 105, Duplessis was listed as a person for inquiries. It reads, please know that I wasn't aware of the deployments of the private security company till I was asked by the Chief of Police. I thereafter spoke with Director Mkhwanazi, who confirmed the presence of the private security company at the soccer. I spoke with Director Mkhwanazi to respond to the attached memo from the Chief of Police before close of business on 4th April 2022. Kind regards, Goodman Mzolo, Deputy Chief of Police, Operations and Specialized Services, Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department. It would appear from this document, this email,
Yes.
that so too had Commissioner Mzolo forgotten about the operational plan.
Read that email again, slowly. Commissioner Goodman Mzolo, who signed the operational plan on March 29th, who sat in the briefing, who reviewed the security arrangements, who approved the deployment of CAT VIP security, sends an email on April 4th saying, please note that I wasn't aware of the deployments of the private security company till I was asked by the Chief of Police. Not aware. Commissioner Mzolo is claiming he was not aware of a deployment that he personally approved by signing the operational plan 6 days earlier. This is not a memory lapse. This is not confusion. This is a deliberate lie documented in an official email. And notice the date of this email, April 4th, 2022. This is the deadline that Chief Mapiye gave in his March 31st letter for the report to be submitted. So what we are witnessing is a coordinated response. Chief Mapiye asks questions he already knows the answers to. Commissioner Mzolo responds by claiming he knew nothing about a deployment he approved, and both of them are creating a paper trail that distances them from the CAT VIP deployment. But why? If the operational plan was properly approved, if everything was done according to procedure, why are these senior officials suddenly pretending they knew nothing? What are they covering up? What pressure are they responding to? Let us hear Commissioner Mkhwanazi's answer to that exact question. The evidence leader is not going to let this go. She has now proven that Chief Mapiye and Commissioner Mzolo are both engaging in what can only be described as deliberate amnesia about an operational plan they both signed. But she wants to know why. What could possibly explain this coordinated cover-up? Dlamini, let us hear what Commissioner Mkhwanazi said when he was pushed to explain this impossible situation.
So you explain Chief Mapiye's letter demanding a response by the 4th of April, basically on the basis of flawed personality. Can you explain sensibly why Commissioner Mzolo would also want a response to Chief Mapiye's email? Why would he also do so?
I think he didn't, maybe doesn't want to put himself. I think they were getting pressure somewhere, you see, because the document.
Where could that pressure possibly be coming from?
It may be political. Remember, it's a collusion. We're having many political organizations or pressure from those that are internally outside. We have monitored and seen people that they don't know and what. Because I know that thing of people that they don't know, it did came after that. There were people that we don't, but after the event, you see.
So with regard to Chief Mapiye, you are now giving two reasons, a reason that you did not give earlier.
No, I even said when he gets pressure somewhere, he changes.
All right.
When he gets pressure somewhere,
all right.
He changes.
Depending on the further questions that Ms. Sildo asks you,
yes.
I have another question.
Yes.
Maybe she will cover that. Yes, Ms. Sildo.
There it is, the admission that explains everything. Commissioner Mkhwanazi, under oath, testifies that he believes Chief Mapiye and Commissioner Mzolo were getting pressure somewhere. And when the evidence leader asks where that pressure could possibly be coming from, Mkhwanazi does not hesitate. It may be politically. This is a devastating piece of testimony because it exposes the entire mechanism of how corruption operates at senior levels. You have a properly approved operational plan. 4 senior officials sign it. The event happens successfully. But then, political pressure comes from somewhere, and suddenly, the same officials who approved everything start pretending they knew nothing. Mkhwanazi even describes Chief Mapiye's personality. He says when Mapiye gets pressure somewhere, he changes. He does not stand by his decisions. He does not defend his officers. He buckles under political pressure and starts asking questions about things he already approved.
And at page 11 of your statement, end of paragraph 32, you conclude all procedural requirements were duly followed through an operational plan as we are using it as a formal legal document in planned operations. Correct? I'm reading your statement, page 11.
When you say I as a compiler, or me, I concluded when I read this.
Please find page 11 of your statement.
Oh, statement.
Yes.
So, it's page 11 of JD. Oh, I'm reading JD4. Humble apologies, humble apologies.
No, it's okay, it's okay. And at the top of page 11 is the end, is the conclusion of paragraph 32 that starts from the preceding page.
Yes. Given the seriousness of the situation, I consulted with my operational team regarding the identified risks. One of their recommendations was to utilize former SAPS members. Yes, we talk about that, General. I don't want to mention the names now. Trained special task force who were now employed by the CAT VIP security. Then again, all procedural requirements were duly followed through an operational plan as we are using it as a formal legal document in operations.
Okay.
I'm yours. Yes.
Then you say at paragraph 34, attached is the copy of the operational plan for the State of the City address.
Yes.
And I'm saying that is Annexure JD4 that we engaged on.
Yes.
That is signed by Superintendent, apologize if I get the title wrong, Klimba, yourself,
Yes.
Commissioner Mzolo,
Yes.
and Chief Mapiye. Correct?
Yes.
So that is the plan.
Yes.
Stop right there. Let us break down what we just heard, because this is absolutely critical to understanding the cover-up. Commissioner Mkhwanazi is being cross-examined by a very sharp evidence leader who is taking him through his own written statement, line by line, word by word. And what does Mkhwanazi confirm under oath? He confirms that procedural requirements were duly followed. He confirms that an operational plan was created as a formal legal document. And most importantly, he confirms who signed this plan. Listen to those names again. The plan was signed by Lieutenant Colonel Klimba, who compiled it. It was signed by Commissioner Mkhwanazi himself. It was signed by Commissioner Goodman Mzolo, who was Mkhwanazi's direct supervisor. And finally, it was signed and approved by Chief Isaac Mapiye, the head of the entire Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department. 4 signatures, 4 senior officials, all of them reviewing, approving, and signing a comprehensive security plan that included the deployment of CAT VIP Security Company to assist with VIP protection at the State of the City address. This was not a secret operation. This was not a rogue decision by one officer. This was a formal, approved, documented plan that went through the entire chain of command. But here is where it gets interesting. Let us hear what the evidence leader asked next about the timing of these signatures.
And this plan contains everything about the city, the State of the City address, the security arrangements, and
Yes.
everything that is included in operational arrangements.
Yes.
And it is approved by Chief, including others, Chief Mapiye himself.
And yes.
And I think it's dated that their state of address was scheduled for the 30th of April.
Yes.
And the signatures here, all of them, are the 29th of March, 2022. Even yourself, you signed on the same day. Accepting that is, then...
March 29th, 2022. Remember that date. It is going to become the most important date in this entire scandal. The State of the City address was scheduled for March 30th, one day later. And on March 29th, all 4 officials signed the operational plan. Lieutenant Colonel Klimba signed, Commissioner Mkhwanazi signed, Commissioner Mzolo signed, and Chief Mapiye signed. Now, this is standard procedure. You approve the plan the day before the event, so that everyone knows their assignments and responsibilities. There is nothing unusual about this timing. What is unusual, what is absolutely shocking, is what happened next. The State of the City address took place on March 30th, 2022. According to all testimony, the event went smoothly. There were no security incidents. No one was hurt. The CAT VIP security officers did their jobs. Everyone went home safely. The operational plan that was signed by 4 senior officials on March 29th had been successfully executed on March 30th. So you would think that would be the end of the story, correct? The plan was approved. The event happened. Everything went well. Case closed. But this is where the story takes a turn so bizarre, so inexplicable, that it can only be explained by one thing: a cover-up in progress. Dlamini, let us show the audience what happened just 48 hours after Chief Mapiye signed that operational plan.
But I see that if I take it to page 104 of my PA annexure file, that should read JM 20. JM 20 starts at 104. My PA. You located it,
Yes.
the document, starting at 104. Notwithstanding what we have just agreed that Goodman, Mkhwanazi, Mzolo, and Mapiye, who have formulated the plan and approved it, signed, following a comprehensive briefing. To everyone's shock, on the 31st of March 2022, as per page 104, Isaac Mapiye, Municipal Police Commissioner, Chief of Police, addresses a letter to Commissioner Mzolo, and the subject matter of that letter is additional security provided requested by EMPD Specialized Services at Soka, State of the City, address 30th March 2020. To read into the record, paragraph 2 of that letter by Chief Mapiye states, kindly provide my office with a report explaining the following regarding the additional security provided. 1, who gave the instruction for additional security? 2, what is the name of the company that provided the security services? 3, provide a list of all the security officers from this private institution that were deployed at this council event. 4, provide registration numbers of the private security vehicles that were utilized at this event. 5, please provide details if the additional security support was included in the Sasria Committee Event Application Operational Plan for approval. Report due by Monday, 4th of April 2022 at close of business.
Guys, really? Did you hear what just happened? Let me make sure you understand the timeline here because this is absolutely insane. On March 29th, Chief Isaac Mapiye sits down with his senior team. He reviews a comprehensive operational plan for the State of the City address. This plan tells him everything. Who will provide additional security? The name of the company, CAT VIP, the list of officers, the vehicle registration numbers, everything. And he signs the plan. He approves it. He gives it his official blessing. 48 hours later, on March 31st, the very same Chief Isaac Mapiye sends an official letter to Commissioner Mzolo asking for a report that explains the following. Who gave the instruction for additional security? What is the name of the company that provided the security services? Provide a list of all the security officers. Provide the registration numbers of the vehicles. Do you see the problem? Chief Mapiye is asking for information that he already approved in the operational plan he signed 2 days earlier. This is not a case of forgetting a minor detail. This is not a case of needing clarification on one small point. This is a senior police chief asking for a full report on a security deployment that he personally reviewed and approved just 48 hours earlier. How is this possible? How does a man sign a document on March 29th and then on March 31st act like he has never seen the information before? There are only two possible explanations. Either Chief Mapiye has the memory of a goldfish, or he is engaging in a deliberate cover-up operation to distance himself from a decision he now regrets. Let us hear how the evidence leader confronted Commissioner Mkhwanazi with this impossible contradiction. And notice Mkhwanazi's reference to a coalition. Ekurhuleni Metro is run by a coalition of political parties, multiple political organizations. And in a coalition, there are always factions fighting for power and control. Someone in that political mess got angry about the CAT VIP deployment. Maybe they did not like CAT Matlala. Maybe they saw an opportunity to destroy Mkhwanazi. Maybe they wanted to take control of lucrative security contracts. We may never know the exact political motive. But what we do know, what is proven by the documentary evidence and the testimony, is that political pressure was applied, and senior police officials immediately began a cover-up operation to distance themselves from a decision they had formally approved just days earlier. Now let us play devil's advocate for a moment. Let us try to give Chief Mapiye and Commissioner Mzolo the most generous possible interpretation of their actions. Maybe, just maybe, they signed the operational plan on March 29th without reading it carefully. Maybe Lieutenant Colonel Klimber presented them with a thick document, and they just flipped to the signature page and signed it without reviewing the details. If that is true, then we have a completely different scandal on our hands. We have senior police officials signing formal legal documents for major public events without reading them. We have a chief of police approving security deployments without knowing what he is approving. We have a complete breakdown in the chain of command and accountability. But even if we accept this generous interpretation, it still does not explain Commissioner Mzolo's April 4th email. Because in that email, Mzolo does not say, "I signed the plan, but I did not read it carefully." He says he was not aware of the deployment. He claims ignorance. He pretends the operational plan does not exist. And it still does not explain why Chief Mapiye, even if he signed the plan without reading it, did not simply refer back to the plan when he had questions on March 31st. Why send a letter demanding a report when you already have the report sitting in your office with your own signature on it? No matter how generous we try to be, there is simply no innocent explanation for this sequence of events. The only explanation that fits all the facts is the one Commissioner Mkhwanazi gave under oath. Political pressure was applied, senior officials panicked, and a cover-up operation was launched to create plausible deniability and throw Commissioner Mkhwanazi under the bus. Throughout this entire testimony, there is one critical question that the evidence leader did not ask Commissioner Mkhwanazi, and it is the most important question of all. If Chief Mapiye and Commissioner Mzolo were getting political pressure, who specifically was applying that pressure? Which politician picked up the phone? Which political party was angry about the CAT VIP deployment? What exactly did they say to Chief Mapiye that made him panic and start this cover-up operation? Commissioner Mkhwanazi testified that the pressure may have been political and that Ekurhuleni is run by a coalition with many political organizations. But he did not name names. He did not point fingers at specific politicians. And the evidence leader did not push him on this critical detail. This is the missing piece of the puzzle. This is what we need to know to fully understand this scandal. Because without knowing who applied the pressure, we cannot hold them accountable. We cannot expose the corrupt politicians who are using their power to interfere in police operations and destroy honest officers who refuse to play their games. Commissioner Mkhwanazi, if you are watching this video, if any of your legal team is watching, we need you to name names. We need you to tell the Madlanga Commission exactly who applied political pressure to Chief Mapiye. Was it the mayor? Was it a member of the mayoral committee? Was it a party chairperson? South Africa deserves to know the truth. And Chairman Madlanga, if you are watching, this is a critical line of inquiry that must be pursued. You cannot allow this testimony about political pressure to remain vague and unspecific. You must subpoena Chief Mapiye and Commissioner Mzolo. You must ask them under oath who contacted them and what they were told. You must get to the bottom of this political interference. Because if we allow corrupt politicians to hide in the shadows while honest police officers are destroyed for following proper procedures, then we are sending a message to every officer in South Africa. The message is, do not do your job properly. Do not follow the rules. Because when political pressure arrives, your bosses will throw you under the bus and pretend they never approved your actions. Let us see if they have the courage to do it. Thank you for watching this analysis. If you believe this kind of detailed investigation is essential for exposing corruption, please like this video, share it widely, and subscribe for more prosecutorial breakdowns of the evidence coming from the Madlanga Commission. We will continue to follow this case and expose every lie, every contradiction, and every cover-up operation. The truth will come out, one testimony at a time.